Hello everyone, how you going? And welcome back to There Was an Attempt, the place for all attempts. You know, we don't discriminate here, we just want to see you fail no matter what it is. It might be mundane, it might be spectacular, but whatever it is, it just has to be an attempt that absolutely just goes completely off track, off the rails. And I guess all in all, just as long as you can say that there was an attempt and not actually a successful one at that, then hey, this is just the perfect stuff for that. But anyway, let's jump straight into it, shall we? So then starting right off with, there was an attempt to trap a bug. Oh no, I can only assume what is going to happen. Look, it's just going to trap him in, you know, I don't know if there was an attempt, so to say, but look at that, the bug is just slowly getting boxed in and boxed in and box in. The poor thing just doesn't know what to do. Look at it, it's suddenly in a corner. Oh, what the hell, it just activated absolutely hacks and just flew out of there. I mean, now that I've said it, it sounds dumb to say, but I just did not expect it to just get up and fly away. Clearly has the capability to be able to do that, but at the same time, even though I can clearly see that it is a ladybug, I don't know, I just feel as though I was treating it like an ant, or just some kind of creepy crawly that doesn't have a fly mode attached to it, because this is just, like I said, it's just cheating. And imagine if you could just get up and out of a situation like that. Even though I've never personally found myself stuck by a wall of texture, I must say that at the same time, it makes sense why it would be kind of a daunting thing to have in front of you. So if we consider it to be kind of like a brick wall, you know, if we were suddenly just trapped in a concrete wall or a brick wall or whatever it may be, I'd certainly want to be flying out of there. I guess it might be the case with a whole bundle of these, but at the same time as it being there was an attempt, I also feel as though it's kind of just an unexpected clip. You know, you're going, okay, they're doing their work. It seems to be working, the bug's kind of crawling along, then turns around and doesn't know what to do. You're just slowly snaking it way closer and closer and closer, and then it just goes, stuff you, I'm out of here. I mean, I must say, I don't really understand where anyone gets the inspiration to kind of do this, but I guess if something like this was done in a lab, it would be called an experiment, so I can't blame this person too much for being a little bit curious, or if nothing else, of course, the bug's to spare, but just kind of play with a bug. And hey, it was going so well, it was just being a flawless attempt at just trying to trap them in there, and then all of a sudden, like I said, it's certainly unexpected, and at the same time, just completely flip the tables on you. And hey, I wonder if the bug goes back to its bug family and just goes, you know what, you'll never guess what happened to me today. All of a sudden, there was just all of these kind of chemical walls all around me, I don't even understand. But then I remember that I finally updated to the newest model, and so I just kind of got up and out. And so hey, I guess whoever the person is that is holding the texture, you shouldn't feel too bad on yourself. You also didn't show your face, so even though it was certainly a failed attempt at trapping the bug, at least no one knows that it was you. There was an attempt to walk up the stairs. Oh no, I certainly have seen this one. It was all over the news and all over everywhere. Really, you just seem just all of a sudden just whip. Oh, actually, I hadn't seen the entire thing. I was about to say who doesn't actually just trip up the stairs every now and again, but the fact that he has kind of the first fall, that's alright. But then the second fall and the third fall as well, it's almost as though just by that point he was just going, okay, don't sleep, don't sleep, don't sleep, and he just completely overthought it to the point where he just couldn't stay upright. Just look at that, the poor dude just could not get his feet underneath him. To be fair though, dress shoes certainly don't have much grip on them, and so when you go ahead and you actually, I don't know what it is, but kind of carpet or felt the stairs, they certainly are just going to act kind of like ice skates. So even though it certainly isn't a good look to just kind of be tripping up the stairs, you know, especially with all the things people say about him, whatever, it doesn't even matter. He doesn't seem injured, he doesn't seem hurt, he doesn't even fall back down the stairs or anything like that. No, he's all good, he just makes the way up the stairs, no worries. And I mean, you can see right there that it certainly isn't calm by any means, so maybe it's a little bit of a mixture of a big gust of wind came along and just kind of knocked him off his feet, whatever it may be. I certainly don't think that this is the end of the world by any means. I mean, yeah, it might not be the best look, but really, if that happened to anyone, it might not be the best look. Your ego would certainly be bruised regardless of who you are. So even though, yes, it is obviously a failed attempt at walking up the stairs, it's something that most people do with no hassle just every day, you know, up and down stairs, no worries, but you gotta cut him some slack. It's not like he does this every single time he walks up the stairs. I mean, if he did, then it certainly wouldn't be a good look. But hey, how many times do you kind of get new shoes, you just slightly misjudge the stairs or whatever it may be, or really, it's not when you're trying to go up the stairs too fast that you slip over because you just misjudge it. And in that case, even though this is obviously quite a failed attempt at walking up the stairs, like I said, something quite simple in the scheme of things, I reckon if it was virtually anyone else on the planet, this wouldn't even be on this entire stuff right here. There was an attempt to relax. When you're trying to relax on the hammock after a long day, oh no, this is going to be a little kind of sketch surely. Oh, look at all the puppies, look at them. I mean, really, some people would consider that to be more relaxing. They go, whoa, hang on, there's a few too many there probably to be that relaxing. They're a little bit too energetic to see you. But then again, even though it might not be relaxing, having all that love around you might just be exactly all you need, you know, because as well as a full body massage you're getting, at the same time, that amount of affection and love all at once is just bound to put a smile on your face. So I kind of feel as though this would actually do a better job of kind of revitalizing you after a long day's work, better than relaxing on the hammock, better than just visualizing in front of the TV. No, you just want dogs all around you, just giving you, like I said, just all the love they've got. And then once the initial energy kind of calms down and they're all kind of chilled out and whatnot, then you will certainly be able to fully relax. You know, you just got all your fluffy pillows all around you, just keeping you warm, keeping you soft, just keeping you guarded even. Only then can you finally just switch off and just completely be relaxed. And so I guess in saying that, is this just a failed attempt at being a failed attempt? But as cute as the entire dog interaction is, I reckon my favorite part about the whole thing is you just see him gripping on for dear life. Whereas it, yeah, there you go, just right with his legs, just so the dog's just completely flipping upside down. And also, you can see they're jumping all over it. I'm kind of surprised that it's able to support all that weight, as well as just kind of not rocking the boat too much. But no, I can only assume that they knew exactly what they're getting themselves into with this entire thing. And hey, even though it probably would have been nice to just even get 10 seconds to yourself, at the same time, like I said, you know, these guys just obviously love you. They obviously all know that when you finally flip over the hammock, they finally get to hang out with you. You just, you know, just land with you on the big hammock, and it's just that easy. And also, as much as I said, I'm sure it might be nice to just get 10 seconds every now and again. At the same time, if this was a real problem you were having, you certainly wouldn't have that many dogs to begin with, or if nothing else, he was only just trying this out of them, or maybe even just completely remove the hammock from where the dogs to get to. So I don't know if it was there an attempt, because really, I just see this entire thing, it's just one big win. It was an attempt to bully a kid smaller than her. Well then, I guess I'm just gonna have to kind of summarize the entire video, because there is no way that YouTube is gonna like me having that on their side. And so I guess kind of showing the bits that I can show. Obviously, we have no background context about what the hell is going on here, but this girl right here is kind of staunching up on this guy right here. He's just completely stiff, he's not doing anything, and then all of a sudden it does change a little bit because she pushes him and then he pushes her back. From there, it just goes all completely downhill, but really, he does end up with the kind of upper hand. I mean, obviously, the entire situation isn't good. You know, this kid is bullying this kid and this kid. I don't know if he's done something to get the bully from here, whatever it may be. For it to escalate into something like this is just ridiculous. But then I love how someone just tries to relieve the tension, just saying, oh, you should kiss, you know, just make a little bit of a comedic gesture about the whole thing. And then all of a sudden, the entire thing just turns into there wasn't an attempt because, you know, she was obviously trying to bully him and then he just doesn't really take it too well overall. Or I guess if you think about it the other way, he does take it. But either way, you know, the entire thing is just ridiculous. So yeah, I guess even though, like I said, this situation should never be even arising in the first place, at the same time, if you have to kind of pick a positive out of a negative situation, it really is just a perfect example about why everyone should be nice to everyone at all times. You know, you never know what someone's kind of hiding under there or what's boiling up inside of them. So really, just keep your mouth and your arms to yourself. And hey, I guess if nothing else, you don't end up on a sub like this just looking like a complete fool. There was an attempt to rescue the cat. What the hell? Don't tell me your cat is going to be down there. Oh wait, have you got in the bucket? Don't tell me. Don't jump out. Please don't jump out. No, 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 don't go out. Oh no, what the hell? Luckily, that was only a threshold because my goodness, to have to go down there and trying to get the cat again, that would be ridiculous. But as much as I can kind of understand the cat wanting to get out, really has no special awareness. It could have chosen any other direction it wanted. It could have gone right, left, but no, it just decided to be a hole in one. I mean, hey, I'm not one to judge. Maybe this cat actually just wanted to be in the bottom, but it went, okay, I guess I'll come out. Maybe you've got something to tell me. Or kind of like the guy with the dogs who just need a little bit of R&R away from everyone else. And so it just needed its own little private place, but it just chose the wrong hole to kind of start with. I mean, also, just look at how deep that hole is. I hope the cat's all right. Maybe it kind of clawed its way down, or I don't even know how it would have got down there in the first place. Maybe it fell in at night as well. However it happened, it obviously didn't sustain any injuries, just the way that it just bounces out of the bucket. I mean, I know that cat's a spring, but really, if it had a broken leg, I can't imagine it just being able to just jump, like I said, hole in one into another hole. And hey, we also just have to take a second to just say props to these guys, because they obviously heard the cat, or however they discovered it, whether they're just working on the holes or whatever it may be, but they're just able to rescue it, and they just completely succeeded. You know, the cat was so impressed with their efforts, it just wanted to go for another ride. I mean, I don't really know how they coaxed the cat into the bucket in the first place. I mean, maybe it was actually smart enough to realize that they were trying to help, or maybe kind of like a trap that put a little bit of food in there or something like that, but really, I just don't understand how the cat had the idea to get in the bucket in the first place. Obviously, lucky enough it did, because it certainly would have been trapped down there. There was no way that cat would have been able to get out, and also, we wouldn't have this emotional roller coaster of a video without him. And so maybe that's exactly what the cat was trying to do by jumping in the second hole. You know, it is just trying to become a karma farmer on Reddit, you know, just completely go viral, just jumping hole after hole after hole, create an entire TikTok account where it just jumps from hole to hole every single week. There's a new one. Whatever the reason is for the cat being in the hole, at least these guys were, I would actually say, were very successful in rescuing the cat. You know, they can actually just go down there, or maybe the cat would even be able to jump out of it. And so I reckon for the first time this month, we actually have a true fail that there was an attempt. You know, even though they did have a little bit of a hiccup in the middle, I just have to put it in the category of a successful attempt. There was an attempt to download exam papers. My stats professor really did this to us. All right, what are we going to do? Here we go. Let's listen. Okay. Oh no, is this going to be a Rickroll? That is a link. There is no way this isn't going to be a Rickroll. Surely. Here we go.
So
What's it going to be? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, there it is. There was just no way that it was never going to be anything else, you know. If it really was the exam answer not for students, I can't imagine that there's going to be a link to it. And so besides that being your first mistake, you can see that it's also in red, and just everything about it is just wrong. Really, once again, I reckon this is actually just a fail. There was an attempt, because obviously there was a whole bundle of people that are actually clicking on this thingy that is exam answers, you know. Oh, what is it going to be? I can't wait to cheat on this test. You know, the professor, I'm really going to stick it to the man this time. No, the professor was just clearly able to just completely sweep you off your feet and go, no, 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 that's not how it works around here. We play dirty, we build your hope and dreams up and then just smash them out from underneath you. So considering it was actually a successful attempt, it was actually rickrolling the students, was it really there was an attempt, or was it there was an attempt for the students? You know, which way is actually going? I mean, I guess if you take it from the students' perspective, actually trying to cheat on the exam, then I guess it is actually where there was an attempt. And I don't know if it's just me, but I feel as though I take it from the professor's perspective instead. So I just see this as an absolute win. And also just the entire thing about pasting it at the end, you know, so, oh, it's an accident. Usually the answers are kind of the first or the last document, so it makes sense, especially especially because it's in red and all that kind of stuff, like I said. But come on, the professor isn't going to be that thick. They know exactly what they're doing. They've purposely put up every single link in every single document and linked it to their Google Drive or whatever it may be. There is no way that something like that is just going to be slipping through. And really, I've just kind of comprehended the fact that they said not for students. It's as though it's just kind of taunting the students, you know. Well, not for students. What do you mean it's not for students? I'm a student. I mean, it's not for me. So I must investigate about what this thing is. No, the professor is just completely baiting you in every aspect of this entire thing. If it was just exam answers and it was a PDF, then it would actually make a little bit more sense. But considering it's a link, it's in red, and it obviously said it's not for students, you just got completely outdone, you know. At least you know that your professor is just in a league of its own. You know, you're finally getting the upper hand, the students becoming the master, but then they just go and sneak in a cheeky rickroll, and then you really realize who's the true sensei of the whole thing. And so now finally for the top of the month, for There Was an Attempt, there was an attempt to have a dessert. What are we going to have? Oh, that looks actually quite nice. That's making me kind of hungry. I don't know what it is. Oh no, it's a napkin. Oh no, is he that blind? What the hell is going on here? Really, I feel as though the lack of pixels certainly helps us not really know what it is going on. But surely if you were sitting there in person with a knife and fork in your hand, you realize what is going on, you know? And also, unless this guy went to the toilet and then came back and people said, yeah, we ordered that for you, and it came by, it was gone, surely you would realize exactly what is going on. I mean, also looking at the other kind of cutlery, maybe it's actually the start of the meal, so you think it's a bread roll or something like that. But then at the same time, who the hell cuts it like that, and why would this person film me? None of it makes sense. I mean, it's a great video, but none of it makes sense to me. You can just see the cogs turning for so long as his brain just melts into a blob, you know. Okay, I can't really cut through it. I can't really do this. What is this thing? I pull it apart, and then it still takes him like a couple of seconds after he pulls it apart to just even realize what it is. I mean, I guess if you have poor eyesight, I can kind of see how this would happen, but besides that, I just don't see how you don't immediately realize that this is obviously a napkin. But I guess if nothing else, you can certainly say that this was definitely, and There Was an Attempt, you know. He definitely attempted for multiple seconds, you know. He goes in with a knife, then he goes in with his fingers, and he just can't figure it out. There were just so many attempts to kind of just get into what I can only imagine he thinks is a bread roll, or maybe kind of a dessert, who knows. It would certainly be a cool kind of dessert in terms of the shape and whatnot, so I don't blame him in terms of wanting to eat it, but I certainly feel as though this is one of the longest periods of time I've ever seen on video that is just watching someone's brain melt. I mean, I guess you got to give props to whoever folded that, you know, to be able to make it look that good when it's actually advertising, that's one hell of a skill. But no, I can never see why this is top of the month. Just everything about it, from him just trying to cut into it from the beginning to just at the end where he just kind of looks up, arms folded, just looks around, hopefully no one saw that, you know, no one saw my just a very prolonged mistake. And really, it's not like anyone even saw your attempt to eat a napkin. But anyway, that is going to do it for the top of the month for There Was an Attempt, so thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to the YouTube and little things down below. Let me know if you had a favorite post out of any of these. Other than that, we check out awesome posts all over Reddit, so make sure you check some of the other videos out now. Or maybe you just want to consider subscribing so don't miss another one of these in the future. But all in all, have a good one and see ya.